You guys are watching NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey. The NFL regular season is almost over, so we are doing a fresh NFL mock draft, our final one before the actual NFL draft order for the non-playoff teams is finalized. You know the drill. We'll go 1 to 31, plus some round 2 picks for teams without a first-rounder. The order is based on the current order entering Thursday Night Football, because that would be weird just to change 2 teams. So no yelling at me for the order, please, and thank you. Number 1, the Houston Texans. I'm going with Bryce Young. There are size concerns, I know. Davis Mills is simply not it. Get your quarterback in place. Figure out the rest of what you don't want to have happen is you accidentally lose a couple games or win some games next year, and you miss out, or there's injuries or the QBs regress. If you think Bryce Young's your guy, take him at number 1, even though I think many people will have Will Anderson as the number 1 prospect, or at least he'll be a consensus top 2. We'll get to the other guy in a minute here. Anderson to the Bears. They might trade it. Regardless of which defensive impact piece you take, I think Will Anderson is going to be a very good football player in the NFL. Edge rusher, or you could also go Jalen Carter out of Georgia. We will see him in the college football playoff semifinals at minimum here. Carter to Seattle, impact 3 technique. His numbers are not elite, but that's because that's just the Georgia defense. We saw it last year and this year. Anderson, Carter are both going to be studs, but it's funny how things change, because Seattle wasn't going to go quarterback like a month ago because Geno Smith was playing great. He's not playing as well now. And if you're Seattle, you might not be bad enough to land a quarterback next year. If you love a Stroud or a Levis or a Richardson, maybe you take one in the first round. So specifically when it comes to the Seahawks, should they draft a quarterback in round 1? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comments section. Number 4, Arizona. I think the Bears could trade down. Arizona should trade down too. They've plummeted. Number 4, maybe O-line. How about an edge? J.J. Watt's retiring, and you never really replaced Hassan Reddick the way you should have. I'll give them an impact passer from Clemson, Myles Murphy at number 4. Let's talk quarterbacks now. Ooh, these are dicey. C.J. Stroud at number 5 to Indy. I just get the feeling that Indy and Jim Irsay's never dealt with quarterback uncertainty. It was Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, and now he's dealing with the middle-class quarterback tier, and that's not a fun place to be because you're not bad enough, you're not good enough. If Indy continues to bottom out, I could see him going QB. I have concerns about Stroud. I think in the right offense, he could have a lot of success, though, and Indy is desperate to go get a new quarterback. Another one coming up here, but who do you think is the best prospect in the 2023 NFL Draft? Let me know in the comments section right now at the pinned comment. The best, not your favorite. Who do you think is the number 1 overall player? If the ad break comes on YouTube, head down there and drop that prospect name. I don't love this, full disclosure. I'm going to go with Will Levis. I think he's a great fit in what Arthur Smith wants to do on offense with his mobility. I don't see a consistent quarterback as a passer, and that terrifies me. I get the upside. I do. But this is going to be one of those, well, he's going round 1, but we're not really sure why. Just the NFL loves him, and sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're wrong. Maybe Desmond Ridder steps up the final 2 games and makes me change my pick here, but I've been kind of underwhelmed so far by Ridder, unfortunately. Levis is a project, but man, there's upside there. All right, Bryan Bresee out of Clemson. The Lions, imagine pairing him and my guy Aleem McNeil with Aiden Hutchinson. Oh, man, that's a dynamic front. Lions need defensive help there. The top 3 quarterbacks are gone, which makes their decision about their own quarterback spot a little bit easier. Also now have uncertainty with the Raiders at number 8. Derek Carr probably won't be back. Peter Skoronski, offensive tackle, might play him at guard or right tackle. Arm length is a concern there. Protect whoever your quarterback is next year in Vegas. By the way, Carolina, funny, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, could all, or I should say 9, could all hypothetically go quarterback. I'll go Kelee Ringo here for Carolina. I'm very uncertain about what the quarterback is going to look like draft-wise. I don't know what's going to happen, so it's worth keeping an eye out for at Carolina. Another corner, I don't love C.J. Henderson. I think he's just kind of meh. Add Ringo and J.C. Horn, though. You got some upside there, baby. Today's NFL Daily is brought to you by Fetch. It's super easy to use, and a free app lets you earn rewards on literally anything that you buy. Any physical receipt or e-receipt will earn points for your purchases. The process takes only seconds, as you can see right here. Don't worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. Let me show you how simple it is with this video. Open the Fetch app, press the orange camera button, and snap a photo of your receipt. Hit submit, and you'll see the confetti pop showing you've earned more reward points. It's a simple process. You can also, by the way, use the e-receipt function to get points for your Amazon purchases or any online shopping by syncing your email account. And then redeem those points, gift cards or 4 gift cards at Amazon, Starbucks, any of the hundreds of retailers and restaurants that are available. Fetch is on the iPhone and Android stores. Use our link, chatsports.com. So Fetch should go right to your respective store. Enter promo code CHAT and sign up for 5,000 bonus points when you scan your first receipt. That is the equivalent of a free $5 gift card to get started. It's a free app, but the 5,000 bonus points are only available for a limited time. Chatsports.com/Fetch. Promo code CHAT in the comment section and the description of today's video. Number 10, Bijan Robinson out of Texas. And I think just ignoring the position, you can say Bijan is a top 5, top 10 player in this class. He has everything you really want there at the running back position. But it's also a top 10 pick on a running back. Now, Philadelphia's in a unique spot where, in theory, they would be picking 31 in this mock, so like you won the Super Bowl, so you could probably spend a luxury pick there if you wanted to. Is he worth a top 10 pick? Sound off for me. I'm very curious what you guys have to say. D for draft or P for pass? Paris Johnson next up here. You may or may not be keeping Laramie Tunsil. We'll see, but if you do, you still probably want some O-line help there. If you draft quarterback round 1, I'm a big fan of adding more help. Protection help includes that. Johnson has been great at left tackle for OSU this year. Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. Not often we see a Texas Tech player go in round 1, but Seattle did it last time with Jordan Brooks, actually. And Wilson would be a nice piece in their defensive edge hybrid. It's kind of type of guy they've liked in the past. Some position flex there as he could play some inside, play some outside. I think they might get some visions of Michael Bennett dancing in their heads at edge. I think he's a great fit in Seattle. Number 13, Tennessee. Oh, the mighty have fallen. Jordan Addison. Leading up to last year, we were like, you need another receiver to pair with A.J. Brown. And they traded away A.J. Brown and drafted Treylon Burks. I doubt Robert Woods is back next year. Go get another receiver. Addison is a very different player than Burks. I think makes it a nice compliment. Michael Mayer. Now, the Patriots have 2 tight ends, I know. I could see both Jonnu Smith and or Hunter Henry getting released with their contract situations or even being traded. Wouldn't it be classic Patriots to dump those guys and go spend a first-round pick? Because that's the inverse of what they did the first time. They took 2 guys in the 3rd round a couple years ago. They were both bad, and then signed 2 guys. Now we'll flip it around again. Michael Mayer is not an elite athlete. He could easily fall out of the top 20. I would not be surprised at that because of positional value and athleticism. He's going to be a very good pro, though. Green Bay, Quentin Johnston fits their mold if he runs fast enough. The big outside frame receiver. I would actually love Addison in Green Bay as well. I wouldn't mind if you just want to flip those 2 spots, Addison and Johnston. That's fine with me too. But whoever the quarterback is, hey, let's not have to lean so heavily on Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs and get them another, or Dobbs I should say is how he wants it to be pronounced, get them another real playmaker at receiver. Maybe you can get some creative slot looks for Christian Watson even. For more NFL mock drafts, news, rumors, playoff updates, we've got you guys covered. Hit that subscribe button right now. YouTube.com/@chatsports. Free videos when you guys are subscribed. Number 16, I'm breaking my own just mock Joey Porter Jr. to the Steelers rule, but Christian Gonzalez is awesome. Corner's a big need for Pittsburgh. I love what Gonzalez can do for Oregon. I think it's a good pick there. Number 17, Broderick Jones out of Georgia. I've done this pick a lot. It just makes sense to me. They'll figure out quarterback else beyond the draft, I promise you. But Jones can play some right, can play some left. I'm very worried about Mekhi Becton, and teams always need O-line help. I love this haul for the Lions, by the way. Bryan Bresee and Joey Porter Jr. 2 starters, I think, right away at key positions for the Lions there. DT and corner, I love it. Cam Smith to the Jags at number 19 now. He's going to be a bit more, I think, of a divisive prospect than most, just from the buzz I've seen so far. Beyond Tyson Campbell, some uncertainty, especially at the outside corner spot. I think it's a decent fit. One of my guys, Jared Verse, the former Albany prospect, making the portal work for him there. Florida State to Tampa Bay. I like that fit, hopefully a bit better than Jameis Winston. More pass rush help, though, could certainly be a need for Tampa. Trying to fully get things going alongside, Joe Tryon. It's a bit of a luxury pick, but I think Todd Bowles would love to add another impact edge and really get things going there. Number 21, Osiris Torrance out of Florida. The Commanders like to run the football. They haven't been very effective there. Getting them a good run-mauling guard would be a nice step. This is the controversial one. Anthony Richardson is an easy, and I've used this line before, and I will do it again. He's an easy valuation. He's an easy evaluation. You see the upside, the cannon for an arm, the athletic ability, the flashes. The downside, the scatter shot accuracies, the decision-making both as a read option keeper and as a quarterback. Massive boom, massive bust prospect. Where on earth do you draft that kid? Now, if I were Richardson, where would I want to go? How about the head coach that helped maximize Josh Allen? Now, Allen deserves a lot of the individual credit there, but I've seen Daniel Jones play better in New York there. And what if he did this? Because he needs time. Draft him in round 1, bring back Daniel Jones or somebody as a bridge quarterback for the short term, and give Richardson time. He has to go to the right spot. I do think Richardson and New York could be the right spot. Now, the number one thing for any QB is going to be the couple inches of headspace between the ears. How do you handle that aspect? The interview process, the whiteboard stuff, that will be critical. If we see lack of buzz around Richardson kind of coming out of the Senior Bowl, the Combine, etc., didn't do well there. Happened to Carson Strong, by the way. People don't say that because it's mean to say that they don't think the processing is there. It doesn't come off very well, so it just kind of fade away a little bit. So keep an eye on Richardson because I think that's the big concern right now. How many QBs in the end do you think are going to be drafted in round 1? Let me know in the comment section. The Chargers, how about Trenton Simpson can give you some fun athletic ability at linebacker. Maybe what Kenneth Murray was supposed to be type of prospect. Jackson Smith-Njigba to the Ravens here, number 24 out of Ohio State. I would like to get some more playmaking. So for Lamar Jackson, give me Jackson Smith-Njigba at 24. Lucas Van Ness to Iowa. I could see Draymond Jones leaving in free agency, and Van Ness can play some edge and defensive line, which I like that fit for Denver a lot more than only a pure edge with some other guys like Nolan Smith on the board. Devin Witherspoon, going to be an interesting prospect. His production for Illinois this year, you can hit me up on Twitter. I'll send you the info. Elite production. Did not get beat. Lots of plays on the football, but he's skinny, and I'm not sure he's going to be that fast. That will raise some red flags, but production-wise, he played out of his mind this year. Fun fit for the Bengals, Darnell Washington. My player comp will be like an NBA power forward. Allegedly is weighing like 275 right now at 6'7". He does not look it. There is little to no body fat on that man. I mean, he looks like the tight end version of DK Metcalf sometimes, with just being absolutely shredded. Great run blocker with the size of like a lineman. That makes sense, right? Upside in the passing game because Brock Bowers has overshadowed him, understandably so. In Cincinnati, Joe Burrow for some empty formations to help chip and then release out. Oh, I love that fit. I also love this fit, and producer Patrick hated it because it's not fair, he said. Jalen Hyatt. Hey, how about you get some more speed from Mahomes? I think more and more, at the risk of becoming Al Davis, speed matters. You got to have speed at wide receiver, or you're just not going to separate enough there. And Hyatt, the slot fade, Mahomes to Hyatt, let's ride, baby. It's what Mecole Hardman should have been. Clark Phillips, who I'm a big fan of, he might be a nickel corner. He reminds me of Raj McCree, who I love. Has been a starter for Tennessee this year. To Minnesota, I love that fit. Brian Branch at safety kind of fell down this mock, but I liked what I've seen from him, and with some safeties free agent for the Bills, just makes sense. Nolan Smith, Eagles, number 31. You go running back early. Now you take a guy who might miss some time, but has great upside as some of your edges begin to age. I love the fit for Nolan Smith. Unlike most people, I don't stop in round one because Rams, Saints, Browns, Dolphins, Niners fans, I care about you too. Andre Carter, edge rusher from Army. Now, it looks like the government will change the rules to allow Carter to go pro. Thank goodness. We're doing right by him there. Rams could use some more pass rush help. I like that fit. Javon Dexter out of Florida. Upside, boom or bust player. Elite 3-tech potential. Has yet to put it all together. He goes to the Saints. They have a need there. Browns must find a run stopper. Please, I beg of you. Mozzie Smith, or as I like to call him, Maze Smith, because that just is better for Michigan as far as I'm concerned. I know that's how I pronounce it, but it's funny. I got him going from Michigan to the Browns. The Miami Dolphins are next up here. John Michael Schmitz, a center. Hey, you can go put Connor Williams at guard, where I would argue he tends to belong a little bit more. And Zach Zinter, the guard from Michigan, another good Michigan offensive lineman. Oli Otuwam, I think I pronounced that wrong. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me. He'll probably be a top 75 pick. Didn't go with any of these teams, so I just want to make a note of that. But Zach Zinter could help be a nice piece for you because I want to keep adding to the offensive line if I'm San Francisco. Some of those guys are getting a little bit older. Who did I leave off of this 2023 NFL mock draft? Let me know in the comment section right now. Drop that player name for me in the comment section. I'll also give you some names because I'm cool like that. Siaka Ika, DT from Baylor. I could easily see him being a potential first-round pick. Felix Enudike-Uzoma out of Kansas State has had a great year. I will mention the name Zach Harrison again for everybody here. Combine, he is going to get a little bit more buzz than what he's been getting as of late. He is going to blow it up because he's going to be a great athlete, but do not count it twice. He's really in there because of his athletic ability. Drew Sanders could easily be a first-round pick, just not that many teams need a linebacker for me right now. Antonio Johnson, same thing, just lack of safety needs there. Offensively, people like Tanner McKee. I don't get it. Jahmyr Gibbs is a kind of a Kamara-type back in terms of being a third-down guy. Zay Flowers has some fans. Cedric Tillman, too. And DeJuan Jones could sneak in back in a round one because teams always end up needing offensive line help. So grade the mock draft for me. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments section.